broadcast right now, some a real testimonial. I'm not going to read it all. It's from Reddit, but it's Amazon drivers. They are really roughing it. It's a really dire situation. And I've tested with Amazon as well. I know, and I think all of you should know if you don't realize it that they really hire these delivery service partners, hire the youngest folks they can get, and they're just sucking the juice or drawing all of their energies, their youthful energies out. And I wanted to share with you what's going on. And again, it's these are types of things that I've been talking about since we started, dealing with this issue and presenting it in our programming. Now, listen to this. It says here, the title says, "I really want to quit bad, but I have nothing else lined up. What should I do?" It goes on to say, "I've been a driver now since the end of July this year, and I just can't do it anymore. 25, I'm going to paraphrase here and there, almost 26, and they've been doing manual labor since they were 17. And he says that I'm starting to feel it tear down my body." This is a young fellow or a young lady. I don't know which one it is, but their bodies, they're feeling it. They're acting like an old person right now. Well, they're feeling like that. Being a DSP driver isn't any physically easier, to be honest. Okay, it says that it's stressful dealing with the mentors or the trainers. Really, in the old days, they would have been your trainer. And it says something about netadine. I don't know what that is. Netradine and or the metrodine maybe, and not falling behind on your and not failing or falling behind on your route. So obviously you have to be on time. You have to be able to get most of your packages benchmarking. I'm sure they're using that, and it's like a run and huff and puff and get this thing done. And they're saying it's very stressful. And I know a lot of people have been, I'm talking now my own words, I know a lot of drivers have been complaining also, depending on the service provider that you're working with. Some of these service providers can be very uh, tough on the drivers, to make sure the performance. Some people need to be tough to ensure performance. Other people and DSPs believe a friendlier atmosphere, a helpful, a team cooperative atmosphere is better, more conducive for productivity. That's, again, it depends on the strengths of the and the weaknesses, obviously, of the DSP in question. It says winter's also coming fast where I love, and other drivers says it sucks bad. I was able to build a home gym, says in their house, but they can't use it. They're too exhausted. Um, Also complaining about not eating right because of this job. Now this is a college graduate, and there's people from all walks of life right now because of the pandemic, particularly. And there's people that because of the pandemic are going to face this issue. I know of a couple of people now that are dealing with a potential of what you call it, financial uh, collapse, and they're trying to make the moves to prevent that, or to cut their losses as soon as easier as possible, or before it gets worse. And all of this is stemming from the pandemic, from the closures. So we're not over with this. There's still people, there's still families that are in the process of collapse. So we're still not out of it. Don't think that just because things are getting a little more lax, that there's no more cases. The cases of COVID is one thing, but the lingering effect of the closures and the change in the economy is going to be lasting a while. We still have bodies to count, if you will. And forgive the pun for those of you who lost someone special or anyone really. I'm not making light of that. It's a serious thing. We lost people and friends of ours from years ago, and it's not a fun thing. It's not a happy thing, but it's just that it isn't over. We want it to be over, but it just isn't. Okay, people are still going to be suffering from the damage and the collateral damage at this point. So they're applying for jobs and saying that they just won't have any reliable income and they don't know what to do. Um, and one option they have is to donate plasma, but it only gives them $800 a month, and certainly it's not enough in many situations, in most situations. The final line in their question is that my body has turned to absolute mush because of this, and I lose sleep. And so they're asking for advice, and so that is a very real situation that somebody is going through. It's totally um, serious. It is sad to see that and to read about that. And the reality is, folks, that every time you see an Amazon delivery truck, know that the person driving that truck is under high stress, working hard. And the same thing goes, even though they may not be as stressful, but everything else is the same for any other delivery person. Their stress is that they're not making enough money. They're simply not making enough money. The Amazon driver, although they make some better money and more reliable money, it comes at a price. Yeah, and even then they're stuck, and you see what happens. They're stuck. Why? Because it's not enough money for them to be able to coast, like to drop that job and to be able to survive and sustain things until they get another job. They're unable to do that. So that's not enough money. You're making enough money when you're able to put some money aside and then be able to make some choices and stop doing something that's hurting you, that's really draining you, and be able to float, a couple of months or even to a year, so that you can go and find something else, right? At least be able to do that and slow down, but they can't afford to do that, and that's sad. That's very sad and very unfortunate. Again, I, what is the issue? What should all drivers be doing? And first of all, you guys out there that order from delivery, get your stuff delivered. Hey, listen, you know, don't forget that tip. You need to tip the drivers, because the bottom line is they're not getting paid enough. They're not getting paid enough. The gas is higher now than it was before. They are in a negative financial state. It's sad, but it's true. And you need to remember that to tip as best as you can for these drivers, and then for drivers, you need to understand that you guys are leaving money on the table. The Amazon drivers, man, they're leaving so much money on the table. It's not funny. Now, what would have solved this issue? As you guys know, I have my program to help drivers eh, get more money from leveraging their delivery. And that would have solved the problem for this person, this Amazon driver, because they could leave the job and still have recurring income coming in under the program that I have been speaking about on my channel And in the playlist, if you guys are watching, we have a channel on YouTube, Global My CBH Network. Head on over there and subscribe, and also look for the playlist, the driver playlist, because I have all the business playlists there, other videos we do, other content. But what you're interested in is the driver income tips and things like that. So subscribe, particularly make sure you look at that playlist and follow that playlist, because I'm going to talk all about this issue, and helping you guys do things better and get things that help you move along. Driving, let me tell you, driving can be very lucrative if you do it my way. If you're doing it like everyone else, then it isn't. You're having you're involved in a losing proposition. But if you leverage with my program, what I'm doing, then you're talking about a potential $120 per delivery, potentially $120. Now you come and tell me, you have to understand, this Amazon driver. Uh, what if they were making $120 from each of the deliveries? You know how many deliveries they make in a day? At least 400 through 500 deliveries. Okay, 400 to 500 per day. And if they could work 7 days a week, they would. Most of them are doing 6 days, right? To get that extra bonus. I know, I did the research. But can you imagine that? That's over 3,000, potentially 3,000 $120 income opportunities per week. That is, put in the expletive of your own choice, a lot of money. Okay. That's how much the Amazon people, now Uber Eats people, DoorDash, um, flower deliverers, pizza boys and girls, and the men. I'm still old fashioned. It was always the pizza boy, but hey, there's grown men and retirees doing that, right? It's like McDonald's. It's not young people anymore, right? So you got the retirees there. Listen, your guys are leaving money on the table. The Amazon drivers, you guys can be really, I don't want to say figures, but you do the math. You're young enough, you went to school, do the math. Can you imagine 500 deliveries of 500 chances, 500 potential $120 payments? Do the math. You just simply do the math, and you tell me. We're looking, Amazon drivers are looking at easily 6 figures per year. Okay. So again, and then the other drivers, depending on how many deliveries you do a day, again, you are leaving money. You're leaving serious money on the table and not taking advantage of a good thing that you're doing. You're doing a very, very important and vital service for other people, but also you are not using that advantage, effectively. And our program helps you to use that to great effect, a great financial profit for you. And recurring income, so that even if you stop working for Amazon, you're still making your money. Even if you stop working for Uber or for DoorDash, you stop that and you're going to get another job, or you're going to wait for something else, or even you'll be able to start your own business. Forget all that. And you'll be able to start your own business with the money the coming in recurring without worries. Things can go down again. You're still getting this recurring income. You can get sick, and it's okay. You don't have to worry, because you have this recurring income coming in. Folks, it's just simply, you just have to use your brain. And I've created this program so that you guys make it easier for you. Again, this program was not available for drivers, for delivery people outside of our network. This originally was only supposed to be for our in-house drivers. Okay, we've made it because I see what's going on out here. We've made it accessible to a few of the drivers out there. It includes delivery drivers or even rideshare. If you're picking up people, passengers, and taking them here and there, you can also do this. It's a little different for you, and the results will be a little slower, but potentially the same type of thing. You can also do this. But the important thing is not if you're a passenger driver or if you're a package driver. The most important consideration you have is that you have to get your place, your spot, because once we close it down, no more. We won't accept any more again, because this is a program that we reserve for not one of our in-house programs, but actually for two of them. We have a two big driving business concepts that we developed this idea for, and so again, we need to preserve um, this great opportunity for our folks, for the people that are in-house in our programs. But we're making it available to you, driver, right now. So you simply don't waste time. If you go to mycbh.com /LP /driver, you can see another video. I give a little more of an explanation, but simply sign up. How much does it cost you? Nothing. It's free to sign up and to get started, get the information, and just figure, start it out for yourself. Again, it's all up to you. It's your decision. Okay, everything is on you. We're only making it available to you. So why you, it's a waste of time. I tell you, if you keep going and you knock on your next delivery, you're wasting your time. Simply, you are in negative. You're digging yourself more into a hole. The very next delivery, maybe you just finished one just now. Maybe you're going on one just now. The little machine beeps. I'm waiting for mine to beep. But if you're not doing what I'm doing, you are digging yourself into a hole. And simply, that's not too smart. And I think you guys are smarter than that. You guys need to be smarter than that. So again, limited opportunity, mycbh.com /LP /driver. No money needed, because we're not asking for anything. All we ask you to do is sign up to our mailing. We'll send you information. We'll get you to see some videos, and you make your decisions on what you do. You're your own man, your own lady. You do your own decision. You're independent, so be independent, but have a brain at it. And that'll be it for now. It's sad that we have to read stories like that, but I'm sure a lot of people are facing the same thing, and this person needs some advice. I've done more than give advice. I've created a way for you to make more money, and simply you just have to move it and sign up for it, and that's all that needs to happen. So go and get it. Take care, and see you guys in a bit.